Rivian's mistake just cost it 10,000 cars, just when you thought part shortages were a thing of the past. Rivian is here to remind you that a simple fumble can mean all the difference between 57,000 vehicles being built and delivered and 47,000. Yeah, we know the napkin math here is 10,000 units. That's not the point. The real story is how Rivian got here, and this one is truly a rookie mistake. Last week, Rivian announced that it was slashing the targeted output of its vehicles by as much as 18%. It came as a shock to many, and Rivian's stock price reflected it, but nobody really knew why the production volume would shrink. As it turns out, the reason comes down to a bungled deal with one of its core suppliers. You've probably never heard of Essex Furukawa before, and that's okay. It's not like everyone has a Furukawa branded refrigerator in their house, right? That's because the company produces a very specific component for Rivian, the copper windings, in its EV motors. The carmaker miscalculated when communicating supply and demand needs with Essex, Rivian's sole supplier of what are essentially copper wires that carry the electric current inside the EV motors, said the people, who asked not to be identified, discussing the confidential matter. Essex Furukawa, a unit of Superior Essex Inc., subsequently committed its machines to support other customers, the people said. Rivian has identified other suppliers capable of providing appropriate replacements, but at too high a cost at such short notice. So, let's back up to investigate what exactly happened that caused the shortage in the first place. Typically, automakers make vehicle output predictions pretty far in advance. So it's not like Rivian underestimated the number of vehicles it planned to produce that significantly, right? According to Bloomberg, Rivian somehow miscalculated the number of components that it would need when communicating its supply needs with Essex Furukawa, and as a result, the supplier subsequently committed the number of units produced in excess of Rivian's needs to other customers. It's unclear if Rivian may have miscommunicated the number of vehicles it planned to produce, if someone made a calculation error, or if someone forgot that some trucks have 2 or 3 electric motors powering the wheels. And in the end, it doesn't really matter, because now the automaker is short critical components needed to build not just its R1 series pickup and SUV, but also its electric delivery vans EDVs for Amazon. Production shortages happen though. That's not abnormal. However, without having a backup provider to make the parts in Furukawa's absence, and those tapped for the task being too expensive at such short notice, Rivian's a bit stuck in the water. Let's chalk this one up to growing pains. Rivian is still relatively new to the mass-market EV game. However, with its hotly anticipated Rivian R2 coming very soon, its battle for EV SUV supremacy against the Tesla Model Y will throw new hurdles at the baby-faced automaker. It better take these lessons to heart to ensure a successful future. Source: reposted and summarized from @insideevs.